Hey guys, this video is all about chest to bar pull-ups. I'm going to take you through from the point of view of doing a butterfly pull-up, and then we'll go over some kipping pull-ups. Grab a pole, come through, we're gonna come through the front. We just wanna sort of walk through that butterfly pull-up. So we're gonna come through, coming up, pull down the bar, and then come back. And so as we get better, we can just go a little bit faster, and just making sure we're using those hips through, open, back down, through, open, back down, through, open, back down, open, back down. That's going to help. The more you use those hips, the tighter you are, the higher you come with your legs, and you sync that with more aggressive pull, you're going to get that chest to the bar. Otherwise, you might be in the camp where if you're just doing this and you're sort of just thinking about your arms, your body's not going to be doing much, and it's all going to be arms, and it's going to start to weigh you down pretty quick. So you want to use the whole body. So if you do it in that butterfly pull-up camp, maybe some body prep, start on the bar and just try and get the bottom half of your body moving and thinking about that versus just your arms. So let's start on the bar and let's just start doing some scapular rolls. So we sort of go forward, and I'm just minimizing the arm bend, and I'm going to start to ramp it up with my hips. So feet up, hips back. And then once that's good, I can sort of come bigger and bigger until I get my chest on the bar. But the idea is to stay nice and composed, try and generate as much speed as you can through the feet and the hips before you start relying on that upper body strength. Couple of key cues for chest to bar butterfly pull-ups. Number one, you want to make sure your takeoff and that first tension swing, that is when we swing forward and back and go into our first rep, is the best you can get. So you want to make sure that first rep counts. Okay, so you're going to jump up, feet come up to 45, back, and bam. Number two is you want to maximize that hip thrust that I was going on about in the body prep. And how we do it is we need to find that sweet spot, come up to that imaginary stick, and then reverse down with our heels. We've got to push the heels down. We're going to come up, preempt it, and then reverse it and drive it down. What we don't want to do is come up and hit it and bend the legs and come down. Okay, if you're bending the legs too much, you are using a lot more upper body strength, and you're going to be relying on your upper body. And that's fine. A lot of people are strong with that. But if you can use a bit more tension down here, it's just going to help you get through those later couple of reps and save a bit more juice up top. Number three is making sure on the butterfly pull-up, once you use those hips, is that you're pushing back, 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 feet going back into extension, and then bang, lock out. Making sure you're not missing this point here and you're going too early, okay? So we're going to come back, lock out, come back to this point, and continue that cycle. Let's have a look. So with the takeoff, feet come up, back, bam. Okay, make sure that chest comes out too. Push that chest out, open up through your back if you've got that mobility in your spine, and take advantage of that. So if you don't have the butterfly pull-up, then the kipping pull-up is what it's going to be. Particularly if you're not getting your chest to bar on the butterfly pull-up, you're going to have to use that kipping pull-up. So let's go through that. Let's start with a box and just walk you through some basic technique. Try and get those hips moving so you can get your chest to the bar. So we're going to open up into full extension here. We're going to come through. You want your feet to be coming there I'm going through a slow motion here, coming up there, open, back, and down. So fast, boom, open, hip, and down, open, hip, and down, open, hip, and down. So it's the combination, again, just like the butterfly pull-up, of those hips and the pull simultaneously and aggressively. You've got to get those feet coming up and then down. If you just kick forward and pull, you're going to be, again, working a lot harder for your upper body. So if it just becomes a kick and pull, okay, it kind of makes you a lot more hollow, just like it did then. And when you're a lot more hollow, it's harder to get your chest to the bar. You're actually away from the bar. So if you get your feet up and push your feet down, it pushes you in that nice extension position where it's easier to get your chest hitting the bar. Much more easier here, a lot harder when you're in that hollow position. So use the hollow position coming forward, but then at that 45-degree line, reverse snap, open up that position. So to summarize with the kipping pull-up, a couple of key cues. First one, just like the butterfly, stand underneath on the takeoff. So exactly the same takeoff. You stand underneath, feet come up, back, bang. So it's that first rep is really important. Stand underneath, feet up to 45, back, come through aggressively and maximize those hips. That's number two, maximizing hips. You've really got to come through forward and open them up as aggressively as you can. The more the feet go down, the more hip thrust you're going to get, the more the chest is going to come out. Okay, and number three, make sure you stay in your timing and your rhythm. So once you're up the top of the bar, if you choose to go an extension, then you need to bring your feet back and then swing through. 1, 2, 3, 4. So just think of that rhythm and that timing, and all the best with your chest to bar pull-ups.